Good evening, it's 6:30 p.m. and time for all the news from South India with me, T.S. Sudhir on Up South. On Up South, we continue to focus on Perumal Murugan, who has called his death of a writer in Tamil Nadu. As we reported yesterday, hounded by right-wing activists and by caste groups, Perumal Murugan has decided to give up writing and has withdrawn all his publications. Remember, he is the author of 7 books and of several short stories. In fact, the writer has received strong support both online and offline by liberal groups who have supported his freedom of expression. Shisha Reddy reports from Chennai.
Writer Perumal Murugan in his book depicted that a childless woman could sleep with other men on the car festival night at a temple to conceive. A traditional ritual that existed in his hometown some 100 years ago. The BJP and the RSS took offence and called Perumal Murugan a maniac.
He is a sort of a man having a decayed mind, a filthy mind, to write all abusive languages. Even in this, he uses many abusive words. So, the only objection by the local people.
While his publishers and other authors stand by the writer, Murugan has urged his publishers not to sell his books and has asked people to burn his books.
I think they should be proud of Perumal Murugan, and even if they are not proud of Perumal Murugan, at least I expect them not to abuse him and curse him for his creativity. There is nothing to be ashamed of in what Perumal Murugan has written.
This is what Murugan wrote on his Facebook page. Perumal Murugan, the writer, is dead. As he is no god, he is not going to resurrect himself. He also has no faith in rebirth. An ordinary teacher, he will live as P. Murugan. Leave him alone. Dravidian parties that took on the caste system and irrational beliefs say this issue raises suspicion as the book was released in 2010 and why the caste outfits want to oppose it now.
4 years after that book was written, and it was also translated in English and sold the world over, somebody claiming that it has wounded the sentiments of a section of the people, I don't know what they were doing for so long.
With Srisha Reddy in Chennai, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Perumal Murugan has cut himself out from the outside world, but this is what he said a few days back, appealing to right-wing groups to let his book remain in the public realm.
2010 ஆண்டு மாதுருபாகன் என்னும் நாவலை நான் எழுதினேன். அந்த நாவலுக்கு களமாக திருச்செங்கோடு என்னும் ஊர் பெயரை நான் பயன்படுத்தி இருக்கின்றேன். இப்போது 4 ஆண்டுகள் கழித்து அந்த நாவலுக்கு சர்ச்சை கிளம்பி இருக்கிறது. ஊரை திருச்செங்கோடு என்னும் ஊரை இழிவுபடுத்துவதாகவும் இங்கு வசிக்கக்கூடிய பெண்களை இழிவுபடுத்துவதாகவும் கடவுளை நான் அவமதிப்பதாகவும் இவ்வாறு பல குற்றச்சாட்டுகளை இந்த நாவலை பற்றி சொல்கின்றார்கள். உண்மையில் யாருடைய மனதையும் புண்படுத்தக்கூடிய எண்ணத்திலே இதை நான் எழுதவில்லை. 4 ஆண்டுகளாக இதற்கு வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய மதிப்பு விமர்சனங்களும் மிகுந்த பாராட்டை பாராட்டக்கூடியதாகத்தான் வந்திருக்கின்றது. இந்த நாவல் சாகித்ய அகாடமி பரிசு போன்றவற்றினுடைய அந்த அத்தகைய பரிசுகளுக்கும் கூட பரிந்துரைக்கப்பட்ட ஒரு நாவலாக இருக்கின்றது.
Now from the Chennai book fair is my colleague Shisha Reddy. Shisha, what are the reactions you are picking up at the book fair to whatever has happened to writer and author Perumal Murugan?
Sudhir, if I can tell you what exactly is happening inside the book fair is that, they have formed a solidarity group and people have been signing in favor of the author Perumal Murugan, who is now there is a lot of controversy building around the issue while BJP has been saying, calling him a maniac. On the other side, authors and writers on this very place where I'm standing, they had staged a protest, demanding for justice for Perumal Murugan, who had taken this extreme step that he will not, pen down his thoughts. I have a writer with me, Shankaran. So what is your views on this particular move now that Perumal Murugan has said that he will not write at all?
No, he has said it in a lot in anguish. He is so pained that he has made that statement. We don't have to take it very seriously. We hope that he'll come back and write more vigorously and fight these forces. Now he has said it in pain, and it is the duty of the government and the civil society to see that he returns to his work, and all the protesters who are doing this unduly and the government that is supporting them very clandestinely, they have to change their tune.
Right. Sir, I'm also joined by senior journalist R. Mani. Sir, do you think creativity is being terrorized because of all such issues? Because we have been seeing what's happening in the past. This book was released in 2010, and after 4 years they're bringing this up. So how do you see the entire thing building up?
I think this is a calculated ploy by the casteist forces in Tamil Nadu. You see, the BJP and the RSS are speaking in two voices. The official stand of the BJP and the RSS is that they have nothing to do with this. But a few BJP leaders are openly saying that this should not, Perumal Murugan has crossed the limits and he should not be allowed. And they say that the protesters have their own logic and justification. I think this is highly condemnable. The district administration, instead of protecting the writer, has acted like a kangaroo court. So every right-thinking person in this country should come down heavily upon these sort of forces. And as Gnani has rightly put it up, that the right of Perumal Murugan has to be restored and adequate protection must be handed over to him.
That's right. So very clearly pointing out that Gnani Shankar and Mr. R. Mani, that it only shows the intolerant society that live in. Sudhir?
Right, very strong voices there coming from Chennai. Srisha, obviously people pretty annoyed with the manner in which the voice of an author like Perumal Murugan has been silenced there, and of course one hope that he picks up the pen again and begins to write again. Srisha Reddy, Gnani Shankaran, R. Mani, thanks a lot for joining us on Up South. News now from Karnataka, and a pretty amusing one at that. Ever seen government officials and police officers actually praying to a road? Well, that's exactly what happened in Tumkur district of Karnataka, where police officials actually prayed to a stretch of the national highway where a large number of accidents were actually reported. In fact, 30 deaths have been reported since December on this stretch of the national highway. And there you can see the photograph of puja being offered to a road in Karnataka. Joining me now from Bengaluru for a perspective and a view on this is Prasad Biddappa, well-known Bangalorean and fashion designer. Mr. Biddappa, how more ridiculous can we get to offer than to offer a puja to a road instead of actually looking at the design of the road, whether there is some fault which is actually leading to so many accidents?
In Karnataka, we have absolutely the poorest design of highways, and this idea of putting up a temple to prevent accidents has now reached the height of ridiculousness. And I think that this is also part of India's problem, the fact that we are so superstitious and that religion seems to drive everything. And I, for one, believe that religion should be confined to the four walls of your home and definitely not put on highways.
Mr. Biddappa, Karnataka was also mooting the idea of an anti-superstition bill. Now, obviously, something like this obviously makes the case that much more stronger to have an anti-superstition bill in place.
I think it is a very good time to get the anti-superstition bill on the move and get Parliament to pass it, or get the Supreme Court to do something about it instead of, passing laws against other ridiculous things. Maybe this is something that they should be making against the law, to have any kind of superstition in public life. It would be a very good move indeed.
Right. Mr. Prasad Biddappa, thanks a lot for joining us with your perspective from Bengaluru. Now it is Sankranti time, and Sankranti in Andhra Pradesh is not just about good food, good dresses, and of course a lot of flowers and music. It's also about the tradition of cockfights which takes place in coastal Andhra Pradesh, even though a ban is in place by the Supreme Court. We have this report from coastal Andhra Pradesh.
There is a Supreme Court ruling banning betting on cockfights, but this Sankranti promises to be no different. Even though the Andhra Pradesh government will be duty-bound to stop cockfights, an age-old tradition during the Sankranti in coastal Andhra Pradesh, villagers say they will engage in this cruel sport.
ఇక్కడ మేము ఈ రోజున సుప్రీంకోర్టు ఇచ్చిన తీర్పు ఆధారమైతేనేమి ఇచ్చినా ఇవ్వకపోయినా ఈ సంక్రాంతి మేము కోడి పందాలు ఎడ్ల పందాలు వేస్తాం. ఇక్కడ ఈ చుట్టుపక్కల అంతా కూడా ఈ 3-4 రోజుల పండుగ వాతావరణం ఉంటుంది. గ్రామీణ వాతావరణంలో ఈ కోడి పందాలు అనేది అనాదిగా వస్తున్న ఆచారం.
The police is in two minds whether to allow cockfights if the patrons promise not to gamble. But enthusiasts say betting and cockfights go together.
ఈ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లో ఎక్కడ కోడి పందాలపై నిషేధం లేదు. ఏ యాక్ట్లో కూడా కోడి పందాలపై నిషేధం లేదు. గ్యాంబ్లింగ్ మీద నిషేధం ఉంది. కానీ ఒక రకంగా కోడి పందాలు గ్యాంబ్లింగ్ విడదీయరానిది అయిపోయింది అన్న ఆ ప్రతివాది ఆరోపణతో
This Sankranti cockfights have taken to cyberspace with a whole lot of fighter cocks being sold on popular buying and selling websites.
Most sellers on this site offer ready-made fighter cocks with their pictures, and each fighter cock costs between 5,000 and 20,000 rupees depending on its looks and its ability to fight. And once you call the sellers, they will call you to a designated safe place to show the bird and negotiate the price. T.S. Sudhir for Headlines Today. Joining me now from Hyderabad is Rajshekhar Mabinana, a popular stand-up comedian. Rajshekhar, so this Sankranti, it's not just about buying white goods, it's all about buying fighter cocks.
No, I think it's amazing. I'm really thrilled about this latest development. I think India is truly shining now, and I never knew that cocks can be a source of income. Next time, believe me, I'm going to go on bike. If I see a cock, I'm going to take it home. Because we never know, we can sell it off later on. And the only worry which I have at this moment is what will happen to the cocks, because the cocks among themselves will be divided now. Because see, that is the best thing, right? Because one cock will be there which was bought on OLX, and there will be one more cock which was bought on Flipkart, Quicker, and they'll fight among themselves, which is anyway we don't even have to organize now, because cocks are anyway divided now. And there will be one cock which will be bought on telebrands, and I think that would be amazing. And just imagine how that cock would be. पहले मैं बहुत परेशान था, मुझे कोई नहीं purchase कर रहा था, मगर अभी अच्छा है, I can fight anywhere. So I think that is how it goes, and it's wonderful. It's a good trend. I think we should continue this now.
Right, Rajshekhar, cockfighting, just like Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu, is a banned sport. What would you tell the men and women who actually get an adrenaline rush by seeing these birds and animals fighting?
Now see, now the people who get adrenaline rush looking at animals fighting, I think we just have to let them be, because we cannot hurt their feelings, right? If that is how they derive their pleasure, I think let them fight, that's fine. And now they have taken this entire fight to next level, isn't it? Because they are purchasing it on Flipkart and OLX, they have to let their animals fight, otherwise they won't even survive. So let them fight, that's fine. Like, as long as they keep those feelings within themselves, that's fine for us.
Right, Rajshekhar, thanks a lot for joining us and taking that very fun look at the entire business of selling fighter cocks on websites this Sankranti. Now, Sankranti is also the time when people in Andhra Pradesh look skywards to fly their kites. And this Sankranti season, the flavor in Hyderabad is to fly kites with the faces of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. My colleague Ratnika Sharma tells me there were kites with faces of President Obama as well, but they were already sold out.
This time around, it looks like it's going to be a political Sankranti in Hyderabad, with KCR, Modi and Obama kites soaring the city skies. As you can see, a multitude of kites here, small and big, with KCR and Modi faces on them, ready to dot the skies tomorrow. However, this time people might have to shell a little extra, as prices of sticks and paper have gone up, but that's not going to stop our customers from buying these fancy kites, especially with popular politicians on them. Let's ask a customer here, आप ये मोदी ओबामा वाले पतंग क्यों उड़ाना चाहते हैं?
मोदी जी की पतंग इसलिए उड़ाना चाहते हैं, वो हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री है, और वो ओबामा जी की पतंग इसलिए उड़ाना चाहते हैं कि ओबामा जी 26 जनवरी को हिंदुस्तान आ रहे हैं, और मोदी जी भी जाकर न्योता देकर आए उनको, और मोदी जी ओबामा जी का काफी अच्छा रिश्ता हो चुका है, और इसलिए उनकी हम पतंग उड़ाना चाहते हैं। और मोदी जी की लहर चल रही है, बस पतंग उड़ रही है ओबामा जी की और मोदी।
आपकी बहुत ज्यादा बिक्री हुई है मोदी ओबामा वाले पतंगों की, क्या वजह है?
देश अपने पीएम को, मोदी जी को बहुत लाइक करते हैं, इसके लिए पतंग बिक रही है। अभी 26 जनवरी को पीएम यूएस के बाराक ओबामा था, वो भी आ रहे हैं, वो देखने के बाद में उनकी पतंग उनके आने से पहले ही ज्यादा बिक रही है पतंग।
So Hyderabad and Hyderabadis are set to celebrate a Sankranti, political Sankranti, in fact laced with political fervour and flavour. With camera person Manohar Reddy, Ratnika Sharma in Hyderabad for Headlines Today.
Pongal is also the time when the big Tamil releases line up, and this week it is going to be A.R. Rahman's nephew, playback singer G.V. Prakash's acting debut with the thriller Darling. In fact, this is going to release in as many as 175 cinema halls, and that is a big thing for any acting debut actor. Joining me now from Chennai is the new actor kid on the block, GV Prakash Kumar. So Prakash, is the newest star in Tamil cinema nervous before the big day?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I just go back to my 2006 days when, I was doing music for my first film, and the release was getting near, and I was really nervous and how it was going to be, and was really excited. So the same excitement is here now. 2015, I'm getting introduced as an actor. I'm really excited and looking forward.
Right. So when you look back and now when you have acted in this film, Darling, what was more tough, singing, composing or acting?
All are tough in its own ways. Like music direction is different, we have to conceive something from nowhere. It's zero and you just have to meditate and think of a tune and come with blank. Singing and acting are a little similar because you're a performer and you have to perform. You have to look at the lyrics and perform with emotion. So just being a singer has helped me in acting into films, and it has worked for me. It has helped in a way, as a performer in films.
So Prakash, what have been the reactions like from people who have seen the movie? Has your uncle A.R. Rahman reacted to the film?
A.R. sir, you know that he's tweeted about the trailer and the teaser. He's really excited and he really liked it. He was asking how is it come and on, and he's going to watch it. So he's really excited about the film. And Anurag Kashyap is excited about the film, and he's also tweeted. A.R. Murugan. So many people, are excited to watch it. So I'm also nervous and waiting to watch they're going to say.
Right, GV Prakash Kumar, thanks a lot for joining us on Up South. We do wish that the film does well and makes it a very, very happy Pongal. That's it on Up South.